Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and we're back at the gaming table to celebrate 800 subscribers. Can you believe that? It's so amazing. You guys are so awesome. So we're going to dive into the next chapter of the Harry Potter series. This is going to be year 4, the Goblet of Fire year with the Triwizard Tournament. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle everything up and get it ready, and I'll just kind of walk you through all the new stuff that we have to deal with. So stick around and we'll be right back. And here we go. We are shuffled up, we're drawn, we're ready to go. We have our 2 villains out. So year 4 is not much different. You get the same abilities. Each character has their same abilities from last year. And you still have to draw 2 villains like you did last year. The only thing really different, you have more Hogwarts cards. We have the help of our Hogwarts professors this year, which is lovely. And a few other adult allies, so that'll be nice. We also have dice. Let me show you the dice. So we have one for each, one dice for each house, and each die has more of one thing than the other. And when you roll them, everybody gets the benefit of whatever you roll. So if you want power, you probably want to roll the Slytherin die because it has more lightning bolts. If you want cards, you want to roll the Ravenclaw die because they have more card slots. The Gryffindor die, the red one, has more resource slots. I should say faces. And the Hufflepuff die has more heart faces. So it just depends on what you want. Now, will it be guarantee? No, it's still dice. But, you know, the odds are better in your favor. It's like 4 or 2 to 3 chances that you'll get what you're aiming for. But no matter what you get, it's always a positive. Unless you're full of hearts, so you gotta be careful there. Alright, now just not pour Ron out. Okay, so we're going to start with Hermione. We're going to go in our order: Hermione, Ron, Harry, Neville. And we're going to try to do our best. Now, you can see we have Peter Pettigrew and Pat and the Basilisk. They're both from previous year. So we'll have to deal with them quickly because the Basilisk won't let us draw cards. Not that we're going to be drawing a lot of extra cards right now, but it would be nice to be able to. And Peter Pettigrew, in the beginning, won't be so bad because you have to... It's the cards you buy that can add dark marks, but we do need to get rid of them quickly before it becomes a problem and adds dark marks that we don't want, because there's going to be plenty of dark arts cards that will add dark marks. So here we go. All right, so the Hermione did not, of course, have a card with 1 or greater in the cost because she has only starter cards now. You know what I'm going to do? When I'm asked to reveal the top card of a deck, I'm just going to turn it over and leave it revealed because it's been revealed. The secret's out. Who cares, right? We don't have to turn it back over. Okay, so, and we can't draw extra cards, and we already lost the heart, and we can't assign more than 1. We're going to try to take both of these out if we can. All right, so Hermione is going to use 4 spells, which means she gets to use her ability. She gives another hero a resource. So let me look at the heroes that might need resources, and we'll go from there. Alright, so Harry is going to get the least amount of resources on this turn if everything goes to plan. So we're going to... wait a minute. I had Neville's draw pile and Harry's discard pile. That was weird. Anyway, so Harry's going to get the extra resource from Hermione's ability. And Crookshanks is going to give her the power so we can get him on these bad guys and start getting them out of there. And with the 4 power, she is going to get the Finite, so we can start getting rid of dark marks quickly and efficiently. Okay, so we're doing Ron's turn. That's it. Oh, so we already did the dark art. That's where I'm at. Sorry, I started thinking about my Skycam, and I was sitting here thinking, man, I bet there's a better place I could position it, but it's too late now. We're rolling, so maybe by the next time we do this, I might find a better way to do that. So the relatio is makes us discard an item or lose 2 hearts. So everybody discarded an item except for Neville. He didn't have an item, so he had to lose 2 hearts. All right, now we reveal the card and carry on. And of course, nothing. All right, so here's Ron's turn. Alright, so we found one of the new dark arts from year 4, and it made us reveal another dark art. That's going to happen quite a bit. There are several in here that are very, very bad, and they make us reveal other dark arts. And sometimes when I played this in the past, there's been this chain of horrible reveal another dark art, reveal another dark art, reveal another dark art. It can really hurt you. So we're going to try to do our best to get through these villains, but also keep the dark marks at bay. Alright, so it is important that Harry does some damage. However, he's going to take the health because he does need to stay alive. And he had that extra resource that Hermione gave him in the last turn. So he's going to get Hogwarts a history. Alright, so Neville got the exact same thing that Harry got. Lose 2 hearts and everybody else loses 1. So hopefully he's got something in his hand that will help him heal himself a little bit. And he does, he has Trevor, so he gets 2 plus the 1 from his abilities, so he actually gets 3. And of course the resources. So that means Neville will get... Oh, I hate to give him all the essences of Dittany. I tell you what, let's give him the Wingardium Leviosa and the essence of Dittany, so that way he can get more healing items into his hand quicker future rounds. So let's do that. I just realized I forgot to do the reveal on Harry and Neville, but we all know they don't have anything that's going to affect Peter Pettigrew, so no big deal. But I will have to start checking now because now we have those cards in there. Got some really good allies, but they're also very expensive, so we're going to have to really work on getting some resources out. And of course, I reveal the Dark Arts Remover. The only card in her deck that has that ability, and it's revealed. So now I have to discard it and add a dark mark. And also discard a card and discard another card and lose a heart. Alright. Sorry about that sound. I don't know if you heard it, but I had to scare the cat away. He's getting into my wires and electronics and setup, and he's going to knock something over, or knock off my camera, or stop something from recording, or whatever. He's such a bother. Anyway, alright, so now normally I could have taken the 2 resources and gave her 5, which would have gotten her Victor, or maybe a combination of items. But I decided that Ron needs to focus on the allies so he can use them to his advantage. And everybody really needs resources right now so we can buy stuff. So I gave her, spread out the love, and she's going to get the Quidditch gear. Okay, let's see if Ron's as unlucky as Hermione was. Thank goodness. However, we all have to lose a heart and add a dark mark anyway. Okay, so Ron's going to have 4, and that isn't enough to buy anything. However, he is going to buy up those 2 essences of Dittany. And I know it's kind of greedy of him, but we need to get more cards out there that are not... Well, I mean, we need more spells for Hermione. We need... I don't know, we need cheaper cards because we got some very expensive ones out there. But he's also going to deal out some damage for Peter Pettigrew as well. And we just keep adding dark marks. Let's keep going. Alright, well, Harry doesn't have to discard anything. So, Harry has 6. He's going to get Arthur Weasley. Okay, we're about to do Neville's turn, but we also have to do our first dice roll of the game. So I'll do that in a minute. I got to reshuffle his deck. Alright, we're all clear with Peter Pettigrew. Now, let's see what the Heir of Slytherin does to us. So we're either going to lose a heart, we're going to add a dark mark, or we heal one of the villains, or we have to discard something. And we all lose a heart. And Hermione definitely needs some healing, so maybe we can help her out. So yeah, even though we really need to divvy out some damage, we need to go ahead and heal up Hermione. So we're going to heal up Hermione for 3 hearts. And the rest are resources. And so we have 4. We're going to get the Butterbeer. Okay. Well, it's a good thing she got that heal because she took a big hit there. So let's do Hermione's turn. I hate to not put out more damage, but we really, really need to heal up Hermione. And Ron, well, yeah, I guess Ron could heal her up the next turn with the Butterbeer. I mean, the most she'll lose on the next turn is 1 heart. So, let's go and put out the damage. I'm going to take a chance. Put out the damage. She is using 4 spells. And while this is pretty selfish of her, she is going to take the resource for herself. So she has a total of 5. And she's going to get that Protego spell. Oh, good. There's another Dark Mark reverse. The first person who can get it needs to get it. And Hermione's right back where she started a while ago. So let's do Ron's turn. Yet another round without being able to use those beans. But that's okay. Any 2 heroes can gain a heart and a resource. Let's give the resource and heart to both Hermione and Harry. So Ron has 4. He's going to get one of those Quidditch gears. We're at 5 of 6 Dark Marks. Fortunately, we don't have to roll another one or add another one from Peter Pettigrew, so we've got to get rid of him. So we can actually remove one. All right, so we finally do get to roll a dice for the good people. So let's do that. And Harry's okay on health, so we're going to choose the damage. And we're going to roll the Slytherin die to hopefully get out some lightning bolts to everybody. And that's how it's done. We have to add the last Dark Mark. Can you believe that? How many times have we had that thing? Like 3? 4? That's ridiculous. But it may not be lost yet. Because when a location fills up with Dark Marks, you don't lose the location until the end of the turn. So once we finish the turn, if it still has maximum, then we'll have to lose it, unfortunately. But we may just watch. Okay, so Neville has the lightning bolt that Harry gave him last turn. So he's going to use that against Peter Pettigrew, and we're going to do it right now. Before we do anything else. Which means we remove a Dark Mark. And so the location is saved. That means we also activated Harry's ability. So somebody gets a lightning bolt. We're going to go ahead and give it to... I want to go ahead and give it to Neville? Or give it to Ron so he can possibly use his ability next turn. Let's give it to Ron. Because remember, if he puts out 3 lightning bolts in one turn, he gets to heal people. Alright, so now we get to search our discard pile for a spell and put it into our hands. And Hermione doesn't have a discard pile. Nobody has a discard pile except Neville. And that's the only spell he has. He just had a whole bunch of Hallmars, so okay. Not a total loss, but anyway, here we go. And I'm not gonna worry about the lightning bolts right now. I'm gonna do some healing. So he's gonna heal himself, and he's gonna heal with the Essence of Dittany. We better heal Hermione, and then the rest is resource. So for 4, he's gonna buy Cedric. All right, so. We still need to take out these villains. However, they're not as terrible. We don't have many allies in our hands, unfortunately. But maybe it's a blessing now because Tom Riddle would make us either discard them or discard a card and lose 2 hearts. So you don't necessarily have to discard the ally. Just discard a card. So I don't know. Anyway, we still can't draw cards either, which is kind of hurtful right now. But anyway, so Hermione had to discard a card, so she discarded that Protego, which gave her the heart back that she lost with that Dark Art, and she got another lightning bolt. So we're going to put that on. Actually, we're going to work on the Basilisk because he can also take out Dark Marks when he's defeated. Okay, so Hermione got the Expecto Patronum, and she was able to put it right on top of her deck because of her Time Turner. So she'll be able to use the next turn. So hopefully that location will still be there for us to remove more Dark Marks. Or we can remove the Basilisk. So we're really going to focus in on getting that Basilisk down. So here we go. Okay. So we have the Poison card, which means we had to discard allies or lose 2 hearts. Well, nobody had an ally except Hermione. So we went ahead and discarded the allies. So she wouldn't have to worry about Tom Riddle on her next turn. Fortunately, nobody else will have to deal with Tom Riddle on their next turn coming up until maybe Ron's next turn. We'll see. Still can't draw extra cards though, but we're still going to try to... Ron needs some healing bad, so we're going to try to heal him up. Okay, so Ron managed to get up 3 resources. He used the Quidditch gear to get himself another lightning bolt, which gave him 3 lightning bolts because he had 2 from the previous round, and an extra heart, and he used the essence of Ditney on himself. Since he was able to put out 3 more lightning bolts, he was able to activate his ability, and so he healed up here, Harry a little bit. So, with his 3 resources, he's buying the Reparo. Okay. Still alive with the location. Let's hope it stays. All those Dark Mark cards already came out, though, so maybe there's maybe none left. We'll see. Boo. That's okay. We'll just put more damage on them. No big deal. No new Dark Marks. That's what's important. So, still can't draw cards. That would be very helpful right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the Slytherin die and try to get more lightning bolts out there. Well, we got hearts instead. So, like I said, you always gain. You never lose. Would have been nice if that was Neville's turn. Everybody would have gotten 2. That's okay. Alright, we still get 1 lightning bolt from the firebolt and 3 resources, which unfortunately buys him nothing. Okay, so I had the Imperio, which makes you draw an extra dark art, and somebody else has to lose 2 hearts, which you get to choose. Now, at first I was going to give it to Hermione since she has, hang on, since she had the most health. However, Harry has his cape, so instead of Hermione going down by 2, I chose Harry, and Harry went down by 1. So, and then the next one was Petrification, which we all lose a heart, and can't draw extra cards, boo-hoo. So that means that location will get a Dark Mark remover, hopefully the next turn, and we'll be down 2 Dark Marks instead of just 1. Depends on what the next Dark Art is. Still don't have to deal with Tom Riddle yet. So let's see how, what's his name? Neville. Let's see how Neville's turn comes out. Still couldn't buy anything, and Neville's turn, he has 2 allies, so that's going to be bad for Mr. Tom Riddle there. We'll see how it goes. But, let's move on to Hermione's turn. Please don't add any more Dark Marks. Okay, there's a 1 in 6 chance. Yeah, 1 in 6 chance that we can add a Dark Mark here. Let's see what happens. Thank goodness. Although now more people are desperate for hearts, but that's okay because Hermione's going to remove a Dark Mark and maybe add some more stuff. Maybe even get rid of the Basilisk. We'll see. Let's do Hermione's turn. Alright, so before Hermione ends her turn, she's going to put out the damage that she just acquired. Now, she got 1 from the Quidditch gear, and she got 1 from Expecto Patronum, which also allows us to remove a Dark Mark, thank goodness. And that means Harry's ability got activated. He gives out a lightning bolt. He gave it to Hermione so she can finish off this Basilisk. We can all draw a card and remove another Dark Mark. And can you believe it? We drew the Finite, so we get to remove another Dark Mark. This is a good day, folks. Okay, so unfortunately she only has 2 resources, which don't buy squat. But she handed out some resources to other people. She only got to use 3 spells, and it's only 3 spells, right? 4, sorry. So she has to add 4 spells to do the other thing. So that's okay. It was a good turn for her. She did really, really good. Go Hermione. Alright, so we're going to wrap up her turn and draw out the next villain. Hopefully it's not a bad one. Okay, so Ron's about to start his turn. Let's go ahead and get his Dark Art going, and then we'll talk about the new villain. After all that work, we had to put a Dark Mark back, but that's okay. Ron is in desperate need of some help, though. Alright, so this new villain for this, he's new to this era, this new year. He's a Death Eater, and he won't be the only one we'll see in the future. There'll be some others added later. He only happens if Mors Mordray Dark Art comes up, which it has come up a couple times. All we do is we lose another heart. So Mors Mordray makes us lose a heart and add a Dark Mark. He will just make us lose that additional heart, but he only happens when Mors Mordray comes out, or if we defeat another villain and replace it with him still there, we'll lose a heart. So, but he also removes Dark Marks when he's defeated. So, I don't know. We may need to try to get rid of Tom Riddle, just so we can not have to worry about adding Dark Marks, because he doesn't add Dark Marks. That's the thing. Tom Riddle's going to make us discard cards and lose hearts, or lose hearts. I don't know. It's tough. Maybe we should go after the Death Eater instead. Let's see how it goes out. We'll see. Alright, so Ron has an ally, which means he has to discard a card. He doesn't have to discard the ally, he just has to discard a card. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to discard one of the little Homoras, because just even with the little Homora, he's not going to have enough. Well, let's see. 1, 2. Actually, he would. Yeah, we really need to buy those cards so we can open up spaces. And it would be nice to give him another ally. But he can also put out more damage. Dang it. Let's put out the damage. Because we really need to save this location. Let's put out the damage. I'm going to discard the little Mora and go from there. So let's do it. Okay, so Ron put out the damage, and since he put out 3 hearts, he took the heal for himself. I was going to take the heal from Pigwidgeon, but since he was going to put out the damage and be able to heal, so it worked out both ways. That's nice. So yeah, he didn't have enough to buy anything, but he was able to put out 3 damage. He healed Harry up a little bit and gave him an extra resource with the Butterbeer. So yeah, we're going to move on. Here we go. Alright, since Harry had his cape, he didn't have to lose the 2, he only lost 1. And we have a choice. Do we get rid of Hedwig or do we take another damage? Or I guess, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, he doesn't need 7, so let's just go ahead and discard a card. And then we can at least get one of these powerful things. And I hate to say it, but he really needs the health. Oh dear. Let's finish this out. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but then we'll definitely need some healing. Okay, so we got Avada Kedavra. Yeah, we all know what that means if you're a Harry Potter fan. That's the killing spell, Unforgivable Curse. And it makes the player lose 3 hearts. Now, if that player lost 3 hearts and got stunned because of that, we would add not only the 1 dark mark for them being stunned, we would add an additional dark mark, so that would cost 2 dark marks. They don't really die, but might as well. But it definitely hurts a lot, and so Neville took that for the team. And it also makes you reveal another dark mark, or dark art. But fortunately, we didn't have to add any dark marks, so that's good. Hopefully Neville can heal himself up. So yeah, Tom Riddle's going to make us discard 2 cards because of the allies. But I would rather do that than discard, or like get rid of the allies. I need the allies more than I need the resources. He wouldn't be able to buy anything anyway. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to buy anything anyway. So he's going to do some healing. So he got himself up a little bit, and he gave the other heart and resource to Ron because he was the lowest health currently. However, he is going to get to roll the Hufflepuff die, and if he gets a heart, he'll help Harry some, and himself 1 more, and Ron 1 more. Hermione's already full. So let's see what happens. Everybody gets a lightning bolt. Okay. Not terrible at this point, but I forgot to mention Ron, because of the dark card that made us discard a spell, Hermione and Harry both had Protego, which means when they discard them, they still get the effect of them. So they got a heart and a lightning bolt from it. So we're going to put out some serious lightning bolts soon. So we're going to put out these 2 on Tom Riddle and hopefully finish him off. Okay, I just thought of something while I was getting all this set for the next thing. I was having a brainstorm. It would be probably a good idea to try to take out both villains in 1 turn. Just thinking about possibly who the next villain might be, and if we only take out 1, we'll lose the hearts, no big deal, but we could get a very bad villain on the next one, and then still have to keep this Death Eater out. And we're also about to reshuffle our Dark Arts, which will put Mordre's back in play. So we might want to take them both out at the same time. I don't know, just to kind of make things easier. We'll still get to remove a dark mark, plus we get to remove a dark mark with this. And Hermione's going to put some serious damage this turn. So, and Ron will too, I think, probably next turn. So let's see what happens. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We got 4 on there, so we might be able to take them both out at the same time. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna need 4. We'll see what happens. Uh-oh. All clear. Let's see if Ron has any allies. I don't think he does. That's a shame. Okay, Harry will do it next turn. No big deal. But that's okay. We're gonna do it. Let's see. Anyone hero gains 2 hearts. Neville. Okay. I could have given that resource from Hermione to Ron. He would have been able to buy Victor, but it's okay. It's already been done. No big deal. All right, let's carry on. No big deal. Can't draw extra cards. There's really nothing that lets us do that anyway. So let's finish these guys off. All right, so we really don't need. I wanted to keep the allies, so we're gonna discard this because we don't need that extra lightning bolt. These lightning bolts are gonna take both these guys out. There's nowhere to put it. So, and I don't really need the extra heart. I mean, I do, but it's not gonna hurt if I don't have it. So we're just gonna focus on the resources and go from there. All right, let's resolve the defeat of the villains before we go any further. Unfortunately, we couldn't use the thing to get allies back into our hands, but that's okay. We all gained hearts from it, and so we're all doing pretty well with health now, which is very, very good. Hopefully the next 2 villains are not that terrible. Hopefully we can get rid of them fast as they are. Okay, so Neville has 5, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, he has 6. He's gonna get Professor Sprout, so he can throw the Hufflepuff dice sometimes too, and she puts out some heals as well. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Can put any damage out. Draco and Crab and Goyle, not so bad. However, Crab and Goyle can be hurtful because every time you have to discard from Dark Arts or villains, you have to add, or you have to lose health. Draco makes you lose health whenever you add a Dark Mark, which we tend to do a lot in this year. So yeah, we need to get rid of them too. And we're about to reshuffle the Dark Arts pile, so who knows what we're gonna get. All right, so let's get Professor Sprout and move on. All right, I glanced at the time that we've gone, and I think we're about close to an hour. So why don't we just call it right there? You know, we did a full round of Dark Arts, and we're about to start a new round of Dark Arts. We still have our original location. We're doing pretty good, I think. We're plowing through these villains. So let's just call it there for part 1, and I will see you guys next week for part 2. So stay tuned, and we'll finish this up and hopefully come out with a win. So I can't talk. Until next time, this is your absent friend signing off.